Hello everyone, Professor Thompson here. I want to welcome you to Speech 1100 and the online class for this first 5-week term. This video is going to be given to both my Net 03 and my Net 16 class. So there's going to be two separate classes that will see this. I teach two 5-week internet classes, and it's just easier to make one video for everyone. So hello to both classes. I'm very excited to have you in my class, and I look forward to working with all of you over the next 5 weeks. There's just some things that are really important that I want to mention right from the start, and make sure that if there are questions that I express my openness to respond to you as quickly as possible and make sure that we work through these things. So the first thing I really want to talk about, I've already sent an email out, and it's about kind of the changing course and things are being added into the course at a regular basis. Blackboard was recently upgraded on our campus last Thursday and Friday, and for whatever reason, many of the links and kind of assignments and submission portals that I had created in my old course created errors and were not able to be copied or exported and re-imported into my new 5-week classes for this summer term. So unfortunately, I'm having to create a lot of things on the fly and from scratch. And I have been teaching online for 10, 11 years now. So to think that I'm having to go back to square one for a few things, I'm a little bit behind, and I apologize for that. So what I've really tried to do is push some material up into the course that can get you started and get us into unit number 1. So I want to let you know that maybe not everything on the course schedule that you look at, if you look at that document, maybe not everything is posted into the course yet, but I have a feeling that none of you are into Unit 2 or Unit 3 yet, and none of you need some of the other auxiliary videos that I might push out or ask you to look at here in a week or two. So you have everything that you need to get started in the class. So what does that mean? As I sent out via email, I really recommend that you go to the Start Here tab. You need to make sure that you get your free GoReact account. The GoReact account is how you're going to submit your videos to me over the course of the summer. So it's a free software platform, and you want to get that. The second thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you get your textbook. And as I said, it's the McGraw-Hill text called Experience Communication, and you need the Connect access. So I posted a video a little bit earlier today about using the modules and the quizzes in your book, and so you're going to want to make sure that you're reading the chapter, using the practice flashcards, what I call the modules in the book, and then you're also taking your quiz to assess after you've read and done the practice modules. So we have multiple chapters in Unit 1, so hopefully by the end or midpoint of Unit 1 you get a really good idea of read, practice and reflect, and then assess with the quiz. We have no midterm and no final, so the chapter practice and the chapter quizzes are the two assessment forms within the course with regard to the textbook. Okay. You do have 3 state required speeches. I talk about them extensively in the syllabus. There is no way around them. No matter what class you take here at COD, you're going to have at minimum these 3 core presentations that you have to do. So keep that in mind. As we move on from kind of this idea of the changing course and me adding materials into the course, the next thing I want to stress is the syllabus. The syllabus is very clear. It's very long. And I would emphasize that in this class, you have extreme flexibility. Like, very extreme flexibility. I have 3 deadlines in the whole course, right? So for both of my classes watching this video, you all have Unit 1 due on June 10th, Unit 2 due on June 21st, and Unit 3 due on July 1st. 3 deadlines. You have to get everything done in Unit 1 by the 10th of June, everything in Unit 2 done by the 21st, and then everything in Unit 3. So I don't care how you structure your time. Maybe you do a lot at the beginning and then you kind of coast to the deadline. Maybe you work a little bit each day. That's the beauty of an online class. But rest assured, do not procrastinate and save it all for the last day, because there's no way that you're going to get it done. There's no way that you'll have any quality, and then ultimately your speeches will suffer. So I will not give any extensions beyond the deadlines. They are hard deadlines. I offer maximum flexibility until the deadline point, and then the deadline is a hard deadline. So please understand that from the beginning. And I would also add that if you finish a unit early, you can always work ahead. So oftentimes in the summer, students will get on a roll and they'll be working on some of the chapters, and they'll just kind of knock out some chapters from Unit 2 or even Unit 3, and those are available to you. I do not time release them, so you have access to the whole course. Now again, as I said, I'm going to be adding some stuff here in the next few days as I reconstruct some elements I lost, but all of the modules and all of the quizzes are currently posted in each of their respective units. Taking an online speech class can be difficult, and oftentimes students want to know, how do I give my speeches? Well, the reality of the situation is you do not get out of giving speeches in an online speech class. You still have to do them. The hardest part of this class will ultimately be that you have to gather your own audience of 8 or more people for your speeches. I cannot compromise on this, so do not email me that says, I can only get 4 people, I can only get 5 people. The state of Illinois, not me, not the College of DuPage, the state of Illinois says you have to have 8 people in your audience for your public speaking class. So whether it's in a classroom or whether it's an online class where you're self-submitting your speeches, you have to have 8 people that we can verify. So don't ask for any exceptions. Just find a way to get 8 people together. Friends, coworkers, recent high school graduates, okay? Go to the library. I mean, there are a lot of different creative ways where you can get 8 people together. Maybe it's your basketball team. Maybe it's your firehouse. Maybe find a way. It's your softball team on a Friday night. The state of Illinois requires that piece. The other thing that the state of Illinois requires is that you give your presentations in a public place. So you cannot sit in front of a webcam like I'm doing right now and give your speech. You have to actually have your speech recorded outside of the house. Now, I am very flexible with my students on what that means. So you could use a park. You could use an outdoor amphitheater. You could use a national park. You could use a movie theater, a church, a community room at a community center, a boardroom, classrooms at elementary schools, other college classrooms at whatever college you're at. Maybe it's even here at COD. You can use restaurants. I offer extreme flexibility, but you cannot record by yourself in front of a camera in your house. All of that results in an automatic 0. So just realize that I've mentioned it in this video and I've talked about it in the syllabus. What kills me every semester is that there's always 3 or 4 students who don't care, don't pay attention, and they submit videos and I give them 0s. And for some reason they think that I was not going to do it. So please make sure that you adhere to the policies. And in this case, I'm a really nice guy, and I care about your success, and I want you to get an A or a B in this class, but this is a state standard, and it's about the integrity of the class and about the transferability of the class. So make sure that you do what you have to do to get that done. Okay. I think other than that, I've stressed a few key points. I've talked very fast. But I want to emphasize, please ask questions. If you wonder where something is, or how do I do something, or you're confused about a policy, ask. The thing that I don't want you to do is disappear. I can't tell you how many students just vanish, and it probably was something very simple where I could have made a recommendation to them. So please ask questions. You may not always get the perfect response or the perfect answer you want, but I want to give you the best information to make the best decisions for you. All right? I know that you can be very successful in this class. You got to get all your speeches done. That's a challenging part. But all the other coursework and all the stuff in here, it just takes time. So set aside a little bit of time and put a little bit of effort in, and you'll get it done, and you'll be successful. I promise you that. All right. It was nice to meet all of you. I look forward to seeing all of you real soon. Take care of yourselves, and let's have a good summer.